daughters that you have to explain why you did this to their mother. None of this ever crossed this man's mind.
Get your money, sis, fuck a hater. Get your money, sis, get your weight up. Make your money move, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, it's all about the cream and getting money, sis. Get your money, sis, fuck a hater.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to 2 Cent Tuesdays with Jenny, where you will be getting my unsolicited, unapologetic opinion about what's going on in the world today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post a new video. And you might as well go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up. Without further ado, let's get right into today's topic. Quick sidebar, please excuse the sound of the air conditioner in the background if you can hear it. It's super duper hot and I can't turn it off. I'm sorry. And it's a little loud, so please forgive me. Anyway, there's a topic that I absolutely can't ignore, that it's happening too often, and I feel like it needs to be talked about. The story needs to be out there because we have to protect those who are suffering from domestic violence. So I don't know if you guys recently heard, but I know her name is going around the internet like crazy. Ashley Lockhart. If you do not know who that is, it recently came out that this young lady was murdered by the father of her 6 children. Ashley was 32 years old. Surveillance footage was released of her children's father jumping in the front seat of her minivan and allegedly stabbing her 18 times. The cops are reporting that it was so gruesome that when they found Ashley, the knife was still stuck inside of her skull when they found her. He has been arrested. According to officers, Ashley had an active PFA out on him, which is a protection order basically a protection order from abuse. And it didn't protect her in this case because unfortunately he ended her life. And there are now 6 beautiful little girls without a mother and ultimately without a father, because if convicted, he is going to obviously do the rest of his life behind bars based on this heinous crime. These type of domestic abuse situations and these toxic relationships that we are witnessing often, it's disturbing. And it makes me think of the incident from the other day where a nurse, a 37-year-old nurse, Nicole L. Linton, drove her car 100 miles per hour into 5 or 6 other vehicles, killing 6 people, including an 8-month pregnant woman, Sherry Ryan, 23 years old, 8 months pregnant. Not only did she kill Sherry, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing her name correctly. Not only did she kill Sherry and her unborn child, she also killed Sherry's 1-year-old who was in the car. She was recently charged in court with 6 counts of murder, and she lost her mind, hysterically crying. And allegedly, this is all over a man. At first I heard she was arguing with her man, which caused this to happen. Then I heard she was fighting with her man. Then I heard it was just because apparently a breakup and she was trying to commit suicide. Either way, this was allegedly about a man. And my question is, what kind of love is this? What kind of love makes you want to harm someone or kill someone or kill yourself, harm others? What type of love makes you want to do that? Please leave your comments down below on the situation. I'm sure most of us here watching, myself, we either know someone who's going through these things, have been through these things, overcame it, or suffering it ourselves. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say on the situation, because I feel like this is something that we need to talk about, because we have got to protect each other, because it's been happening, but now to me it's being done more in the public, to where there's no care that who's watching, and that's a little scary for me. So I want you guys to leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop my 2 cents in on the situation. First and foremost, rest in peace to those we are talking about in this video. Rest in peace to all of them. Ashley Lockhart, my deepest condolences to her children, to her family. Those baby girls are gonna have to grow up knowing what their father has done to their mother, and it's gonna be very hard, and I pray that God heals them mentally, physically, emotionally, because it's gonna be a lot for them. For those who lost someone in that car crash, my heart goes out to all of you, and my deepest condolences to you guys as well, because they had no idea. They were just at a red light trying to get to the next destination without a clue in the world that this would happen to them. That's first things first. The Ashley Lockhart story immediately triggered something in me, because it's like this woman birthed 6 of his children. Now, I don't know how long there was domestic violence going on in their relationship. Obviously, she had an active PFA on this man, so clearly he was abusing her for quite some time. But to hear how gruesome the killing was just disturbing to me. Obviously, this is a woman that you once cared about enough to have 6 children with, 6 daughters that you have to explain why you did this to their mother. None of this ever crossed this man's mind to not do what he did. To have that kind of anger and hatred in your heart where you would stab this woman. And I always feel like, to stab someone is a lot more personal than to shoot someone. Anybody could pull a trigger, but to literally stab someone to the point where the knife is jammed in her head, it's just disturbing. And I feel like today toxic relationships are being glorified so much and supported so much that people, young girls and young boys, are going to believe that this is okay. Oh, if he hit me, he must really love me. This is what we're thinking. Now, I know I've spoken on Chrisean Rock and Blueface. Not that they're in comparison to this situation, but obviously that's a very toxic relationship that we constantly are seeing on social media. And although I have a soft side for little Miss Chrisean, it's not okay the way social media, obviously the both of them are going through something. They're trauma bonding, and their traumas is spilling out into their relationship on a daily basis. And the fact that social media uses it to their advantage to post and exploit it, what type of message are you showing young boys and girls who are super impressionable these days? Oh, if I do this, I'm going to be famous, or I'm going to be on social media, or my videos are going to go viral. There's people who are actually staging situations to go viral. It's just disturbing. And that we are glorifying it, it's even more disturbing. But all in all, I would be lying to you if I said that this type of situations is partly why I'm afraid to be in a relationship. Now I know everyone's like, oh no, you'll see the red flags and you'll see this or you'll see that, but sometimes you really don't. Sometimes people have a tendency to just snap or flip out and you just never seen it coming. And that scares me. I don't want that kind of love. I don't want that kind of love where someone can't live without me or I can't live without them, or they push me to a point where I want to do harm to myself or to others or to him, and vice versa. I don't want someone to love me to the point where they felt like they have to do harm if they can't be with me. That's just not healthy, and it's scary to know that people are dealing with this out here. And all in all, I hate to put the attachment of love with, I hate to attach that word love to these situations, because clearly that's not really love. That's not what love is. That's not what a healthy love looks like. A lot of these people are suffering with mental issues. A lot of the time, not all the time, but most of the times, obviously there's something else there. And I feel like there are too many resources out here not to get yourself help. In Ashley's situation, she clearly had an active PFA, we know as a protection order pretty much. And a lot of people's like, oh, you're getting abused, go get a protection order. But sometimes what is that paper really protecting you from? You understand what I'm saying? Because clearly it didn't stop him from doing what he did. To me, a PFA is basically proof that you were being abused, and if something ever was to happen that ended in your death, the cops know who to look at. You understand what I'm saying? That's basically what that paper means to me, because I can't see how this paper will stop someone from doing bodily harm to you if they really want to. And if they're on that type of level of crazy, there's nothing in the world that's going to stop them from doing what this young man has done. And it's scary. It's frightening. I know getting out of those situations is not the easiest. I'm not going to sit here and judge men or women who are being abused. And it's like, why don't you just leave? Because I know for a fact it's not that easy. Walking away from a toxic situation is not that easy. What I will say is there's a lot of resources out here, way more than what our parents had and our parents before them had, to seek help. Whether you are the abuser or being abused, there are a lot of resources out here if you actually want to get help. And I wish that more people would take heed to that, because we don't have to suffer. But I will encourage the earliest of signs: get out, get help, leave, disappear. Sometimes you have to uproot, especially when there's children involved. If you have to change your entire identity just to protect you and your children, then so be it. Because it's these type of things can't keep happening. And it's not just protect women, because there's a lot of men that's being physically abused as well. And I know to some men it's like, man, you a man, da-da-da. But every man is not, it's not easy for them to defend themselves, even if it is against a woman. With that being said, I thank you all for watching. As always, make sure you follow me on all of my social medias. Everything will be in the description down below. And Jenny is out.